think it's all over. It is now.
Hello and welcome to They Think It's All Over. David's still off at the World Cup, so let's welcome back Sharron Davis. With Sharron and Jonathan is a Chelsea footballer who was actually born Graeme Smith, but who changed his name by deed poll because it was the only way he could convince the Chelsea manager he wasn't English. Graeme Saux. With Gary and Rory is a comedian from Seattle, USA. When we booked him, we didn't think he had any sporting connections, but apparently he's also a snowboarder. So we were right. Dave Fulton. We set the ball rolling with the excuses round. Sharron, Jonathan and Graeme. It's the story of the week for you about that gash. Here's the goal that led to Alex Ferguson... Settle. Please. Here's the goal that led to Alex Ferguson kicking the boot at Beck's.
Edu. Two up with him. Wiltord. Good chance for Arsenal. There's Saux and Wiltord. And Arsenal go 2-0 up.
Now, we'd like to know Alex Ferguson's excuse for harming the country's most photographed face, Sharon's team.
Actually, before we... Can I just interrupt you there? This won't take long, ladies and gentlemen. This won't take long.
Oh.
It's all right, don't worry. Where's the camera? It's Sven, if you're watching. Sven, you Swedish Can you pick this guy left of midfield? Just ahead of Ashley Cole? Yeah, good. Excellent. No, it's not gay. It's just a joke. We just invented it.
Is he a good player,
He's
this fella?
the best, honestly, best left-sided player we have in England. Is he not, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, you three.
The public are behind you.
Yeah. I think it's because Sven heard that Graeme called Nancy Del Oliolio. He said that she looks like Leslie Joseph after a bad night out. Didn't you? Actually, you know what? I'm glad you came because, you know, we should welcome Graeme to the team. I'm delighted. I'm actually on the good-looking side for once. Look at us over here. All of us gorgeous. And over there, it looks like a couple of roadies sitting either side of Gareth Gates' father. That's a nice one, isn't it? It's a dobby. That's OK, though. You know what, but I'm really glad we got Graeme on, because, first of all, Graeme, we used to make jokes about your you know, confused sexuality. And this came, basically... Well, he's not confused. He's a father of two. And if you dabble a bit, we'll turn a blind eye. He's no more gay than I am.
You honestly can't believe rumours. I mean, only before the show, before I came here, I heard that Rory was funny.
It's not come from here. No way.
I do shag zoo animals, though.
So, the Beckhams.
I think I know the answer to this.
Don't jump in, you look at you. You're the only person I know who rides a scooter. He doesn't need a helmet. Look, that hair. Speaking of which, Graeme, what's happened to your hair? Look at that. Have you been watching something about Mary? Look, you've put something on the front there.
Is it true that after it happened that, out of sheer habit, Ruud van Nistelrooy dived on the ground, clutching his ankle, saying, penalty, penalty!
You know, people think we're talking about David Beckham, and people think that Victoria and David don't like the show. And occasionally we've said things which might have seemed a little unkind, but in actual fact, they're fans. I received a Christmas card from them last Christmas, and it was from them, and it was signed with their initials, and it was a very, very sweet message. It said, I hope you get this, VD, which was, I think, quite lovely. I've still got it. I kept it. I like the feeling. When you burn when you wee, it's quite nice.
It's better than a cup of coffee in the morning.
No, you don't drink it afterwards. So is Ferguson, is he like a particularly bad captain, or is he an aggressive fellow?
Is he a manager?
Is he a bad man? Well, surely people...
You shouldn't have to know that, don't you?
Well, it's about the same deal, isn't it? What's going on? He's in charge of them anyway. Because, you know, Sharron is a very firm but fair captain. When she was last time captain of the show and we lost, she gave me a thorough thrashing in the dressing room. And I just want to point out, I have been a very naughty boy recently.
So have I.
And I.
I can't manage all five of you.
Well, Graeme, you'll have to do it, Gary.
Only my
See, look, let's cheer them all up. Everyone's happy now. It's a win-win situation.
But you know something about the event, don't you?
Well, Alex Ferguson did kick the boot. David Beckham and him had to be separated. And I think Alex Ferguson described it as a freak.
That's true. Well done. 3 points.
Thank you.
Well done, Graeme.
Good work, as always.
Quite quick. Apparently, the whole thing was a fluke. It was one of those freak acts of nature that happens and then it's over. If I tried it 1,000,000 times, it couldn't happen again. The United players were stunned by the attack. Roy Keane was so shocked he even stopped strangling Gary Neville. It's still not clear who leaked the story to the press. All we know is it was a mystery lady known as Posh X. Gary, Rory and Dave, it's rugby union and the Six Nations Championship for you. Now, before Wales's defeat against England on Saturday, they went to Italy and were on the end of an hilarious mauling.
Oh, here come Italy through De Rossi. De Rossi finds support from Matthew Phillips. And the Italian fans and players go wild.
But what was the special reason why Wales lost to the Italians, Gary's team?
Can I just say, as we have Dave Fulton, a top American comedian on the show, I think it's probably a good time to pause and reflect upon events in the world, I mean, separate from sport. So I'd like to ask you, Dave, are you pro-Bush?
You have to remember, this is a man that wasn't elected by the people of the United States. He was elected by the state of Florida, which is a state filled with people who still think The Dukes of Hazzard was a documentary.
What? You mean it wasn't?
I say, boy.
Well, it's like the North Korea. They're worried about the nuclear weapons coming out of there. I'm thinking, have you ever actually driven a Hyundai? You know? It's North Korea. I mean, that's miles from here, right? I mean, it'll be a soft glow in the east and some dead fish will float up in a couple days. That's it. Then they'll realize the glow is his suit.
This suit has a half-life of 25 years.
You should kill it now.
And do you have a motorbike?
Yes, I do.
Did you come here on it this evening?
No.
Well, there's no reason to wear those boots then, is there?
Mr. Fogarty.
These are great, these sports quizzes, aren't they?
Yeah. Sorry, football boy, you know?
What do you know about Wales? You've heard of Wales?
Oh, yeah, I've been out to Wales. I spent a week in Cardiff one night. And,
What's the question?
The Welsh excuse.
See, my theory is when the Welsh showed up in Italy, the Italians went, hey, you must sit down, have some pasta. Oh, no, before the game, have some nogini pasta, get some tagliani, you'll be fine. No, the game will be good, you'll be fine. And they got on the pitch and they were slow as shit because they were weighted down with carbs, right?
OK, I'll give you 3 points for that, yeah.
Carb heavy.
And then I'm going to take away the 3 points because we deliberately put in the script that was the answer. That is not true. Yes.
No way.
You've obviously cheated on this side like you do every single time. We knew that you'd go for that. Well done, you bunch of cheats. You're going to lose 2 shows from this series. Yes, it is you. And you got your patsy to deliver it. Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, the real answer is that Italian coach Pascal Valentini makes his team sit in icy water for 20 minutes before every match. It's not to help blood circulation, it makes it impossible to grab their knackers in the scrum. After the game, the Italians have a hot bath to relax their muscles. The coach always adds a dash of olive oil so they won't stick to each other. And at the end of that round, Gary's team have no points and Sharon's team have 3. Come on. Time for Sporting Bluff now. Sharon's team, your question concerns Seb Clover, who recently became the youngest person to sail the Atlantic single-handed at the age of 15.
I'm down to here.
However, his attempt was nearly thwarted by an emergency. What was it, Gary's team?
Seb Glover nearly quit because he missed his mom.
Seb Clover nearly quit because he got accused of cheating when he hadn't.
Seb Clover.
Read it out properly.
That's what it says on here.
If you can.
That's what it says on here.
Seb Clover nearly quit because he couldn't understand why Ericsson didn't pick Saux on the left side of the
OK, sulky boys, let's start again. Gary?
Seb Clover nearly quit because he knows Nick Hancock's a wanker.
Gary, read yours again, please.
Seb Clover didn't quit.
It's the first time he's done more than he has to do for money. Come on.
Good luck, Gary.
Seb Clover nearly quit because he's scared of pirates.
Oh, you big sulky boy. Come on.
Seb Clover nearly quit because he's scared of pirates.
And finally, we hear the real voice of Gary Lineker.
Seb Clover nearly quit because he ran out of Weetabix.
So was Seb Clover concerned about his mum, pirates or Weetabix, Sharon's team?
So you have a teenage boy alone at sea for a number of weeks.
Now, Jonathan,
how many tissue boxes must he have got for him? When I was that age, my parents wouldn't even pop down the shop and leave me alone for fear of the mess when they came back. What's your record when you were a youngster? How many times you...
Where's the camera? I've got to apologise to my dad. Dad, I'm sorry for coming on this programme.
The number of times...
You've come on this programme?
The number of times...
Fantastic.
Well, that's a record.
Apparently, as the boat came into the harbour, somebody came up to him on another boat and said, "Do you want a tug?" And he said, "That's the last thing I need."
Hey?
I remember reading about this story. I believe when young Seb... We'll get to the question in a minute, but I think I might say that when young Seb... I think he was followed by his father, wasn't he, in a boat?
He was.
And am I not right in thinking that when he got near land, his dad, not wishing to be outdone, whipped ahead and beat him? I believe he did. Not competitive there, then, eh? If you're watching, Seb, don't let your dad come on your first date. You'll be warming up in the back seat. He said, "Never mind, I'll finish off. It'll be over." What were the things that he might have missed? His mum?
His mum, his pirates, or his...
Or his Weetabix.
I tell you, he'd make a great pantomime pirate. Who's that bloke who lives in the mosque in Finsbury Park with the hook on one arm? You know, he would be great in panto, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why he's so pissed off. Imagine having a wank with that. That's a challenge even for me. That's why he's so angry.
Oh, I'm so glad you're pissing him off.
I, Gary Lineker, am not afraid of you. Don't shake my head. Look at Methuselah over there. Don't shake your great arm.
At least we don't look like a pumpkin.
I think the Weetabix option possibly is the option. Shall we go with that, Captain?
Let's go with that.
Yep.
OK, so you think that Rory was telling the truth? Let's see if you're right. So Rory was in the right. 15-year-old Seb developed a mysterious mid-Atlantic craving for Weetabix during his 24-day voyage. For 2,700 miles, he was followed by his dad in another yacht. It wasn't a safety precaution. He just wanted to know how to set the timer on the video. Gary's team, it's our very own Graeme Saux for you.
Sherwood, and he's caught by Graeme Saux. This could finish it. Chelsea in the last four.
Now, Graeme recently appeared in The Observer trying out an alternative profession. But what was it, Sharon's team?
I worked as a paramedic.
Graeme worked as a chef.
Graeme also worked as a zookeeper.
I think it's a chef, Nick.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah, chef.
Next.
You think it's a chef?
All right, next one.
Anything else to say?
Graeme, you're never a paramedic.
No,
Not
but
yet.
you might need one if you carry on with the homosexual jibes.
How about that, Rory? Hey?
Hello, Graeme.
Hey, how about that, Rory?
Graeme.
Getting stick off a puff.
I can see him with the tagliatelle and the fettuccine and the prosciutto and the rest of the Chelsea midfield.
That's great. That's how you get in the England squad. Sven likes an Italian main dish, bit of Swede on the side.
So you think that Sharon was telling the truth? Let's see if you're right. So, Sharron knew best. Graeme here worked for a day as a vegetable preparation chef at London's River Cafe. Graeme told The Observer, "It is dangerous to mix sex and food. In other words, Rory, stay off the lamb." Graeme actually collects football antiques. Pride of place in his collection goes to an original 18th century watercolour of Teddy Sheringham. And at the end of that round, Gary's team have 3 points and Sharon's team have 6. It's what's going on now. Sharon's team, Denmark's match against Iran in the Carlsberg Cup, is obviously etched on your memory. But how do you account for what happens here?
I don't know, but Gary's over there thinking, good effort.
Apparently there's a Stoke scout there, wasn't there,
Just
for the game?
stop right there.
Well, it obviously shouldn't have been a penalty. It was, I don't know, maybe they had to get on their prayer mats for a while, the Iranians.
Nice touch, eh?
I don't know.
In this time when we need more understanding between cultures, the Guardian reading Graeme Saux.
But you get Muslims in Iran, don't you?
You see, he knows so much. How do you have time to play football, Graeme? You're nearly there, you're nearly there, you're nearly there. Come on, Graeme.
They shouldn't have been awarded the penalty.
Oh, I'll give you 3 points, bugger it. The incident occurred after a Danish player was injured and the Iranians sportingly kicked the ball out of play. And then this happened.
And sportingly there, the ball. Oh, he's given a penalty. Oh, my goodness. As far as they were concerned, the whistle had blown for half-time.
And the good sportsmanship carried on afterwards in the dressing room when the Danish manager, Sir Morten Ferguson, beat his player to death with his own boot. Gary's team, this is yours.
Is that everything that Hans Blix could find?
It looks like Brighton Pier, because it looks like what it was they had a weekend where they said, all right, everybody who hasn't slept with Zoe Ball, jump in. Did they get back together? Zoe
What, her legs?
And I'll set him up, you hit him out of the park, buddy. Hey, when we get some baseball on here, that's what I want to know, goddamn.
No, it's a sports quiz.
Is it people trying out their personal safety and security uniforms before going to one of Michael Barrymore's pool parties? It's a flying machine competition.
Yeah, it's not Brighton. Give me some more South
Is that
Coast
Brighton?
resorts.
Eastbourne,
Portsmouth.
Bournemouth,
Bogner, well done. Yes, 3 points. I'll give you that. See, I'm trying to help. That was the annual Birdman of Bognor, a contest to find out who can fly the furthest by jumping off Bognor Regis Pier. Or to put it another way, who can plummet straight into the sea fastest. The Germans dominated the event during the 80s, often recording dives of more than 50 metres. It was the first time anyone in this country had ever seen Jürgen Klinsmann. And at the end of that round, Gary's team have 6 points and Sharon's team have 9. Time now for our regulars to invade a stranger's personal body space as we play Field the Sportsman. Sharron and Jonathan, you're first this week.
Good luck,
if you could take your positions, take your blindfolds with you.
Right.
We need this.
You have 90 seconds to figure out who's at your fingertips. Can we have our first mystery guest, please? OK, and your time starts now.
Blimey, it's a very short person.
I've got something very long and hard, Jonathan. Is it you again?
No. No, I'm only half-mast.
OK.
It is, it's a big pole. I could ruin you for normal men. It's a boat, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it must be our young Seb Clover.
You think
Seb Clover correct for 3 points.
Seb, how are you? But when you see the size of that boat, doesn't make the achievement even greater, does it?
Let's just call that Weetabix.
It's nothing.
OK, Gary and Rory, up you go.
Right.
Blindfold on, please, Gary.
Oh, just took him easy.
Oh,
OK, can we have our second mystery guest, please? OK, and your time starts now.
Where are you? Jesus.
I'm on the wing. Again.
This is huge.
What is it?
Gary, is it part of your wallet?
Some sort of bug or something. Is it Dr. Dolittle?
No, that's you, Gary. Oh, God. It's,
Oh. Is that the stage?
No.
I mean, no.
I can't...
It's one of those things, isn't it, Gary? It's, yeah.
It's the,
Has somebody done it for peer pressure?
It's one of those sad bastards who... I mean, the nicest possible way. Who jumps off Bogdan.
It's, yeah, the Birdman thing.
It's one of the Birdmen of Bognor, Dick Chitole. Well done.
Hey.
Dick Chitole. So, the scores at the end of that round are Gary's team with 9 points and Sharon's team with 12. We head for the hills by playing the main game. The leaders go first, which is Sharon's team, as it happens. Graeme, pass those along to Jonathan, please. This week, it's team names. As many names as you can in 90 seconds, starting now.
This team you associate with flying boots and gay hairbands worn on pretty faces. It is indeed. This is, these are Go On. They're the Pikeys. Go On. They're from part of the country where Nick hails from.
Stoke.
They're a rowing team, I think, and it's the name of the annoying twat who was in the Big Brother house who had the tooth that was shiny.
Oh, no.
And if you're an old person, you could be called an oldie, and if you were much loved, you'd be called a something oldie, or an old record from that period, you called a...
Gramophone.
It's the colour of a very...
Thinking footballer.
It's a very precious metal.
Gold.
Gold, and if it rhymes with oldie, it would be...
Oldie.
That's right, OK. This is both an athletics team and a very good night out. When people talk about common girls with blonde hair, they call them... What kind of part of the country they refer to? It's where Denise Van Outen... Essex girls.
Essex.
All right, ladies. All right, this is what I believe professional lady swimmers wear in their trunks to stop snapping. Captain Birdseye was trying to show you these fingers.
Fish.
And the second thing is the changing of the...
Guard.
Yeah, there you go.
Fish guard.
This is a football team, but it's the name of someone who's not terribly popular at the moment. The first part of the name would be he's not very happy. He is...
Sad.
And the second name would be...
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, he's a prick, basically. OK. I think this is a football team, I believe, and it's also the name of a singer who went out with Bobby Brown.
Oh, Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
Houston.
9 will win it for you. The jury's out on a couple of those.
Oh,
but
yeah.
9 will win it for you.
Surprise.
And your time starts now.
Right, it's Graham's club.
Fulham. Middlesbrough.
Come on.
Chelsea. Stoke.
Chelsea, very good indeed. This is a rowing team. The first part of this name is a river in London, Gary.
Severn.
What's the river that flows through... Thames. Thames, correct. And the second bit is, you know those people who come to do bits around your house, you send them around the back?
Immigrants.
No, not those. It's probably what you say to Mark Lawrenson. You'll have to use the entrance.
Tradesman.
Tradesman, that's right. This is an old name for Leicester City.
Solvent.
Yeah. Choreographer, Broadway choreographer Bob
Foss.
Foss. Very good.
Well, I tell you what, you've got 12, but I'm going to have to take some points off you, Jonathan. It's quite a lot of cheating. So I'm going to take 5 points off you, which means...
Who would have imagined?
Would you believe it? I said 5, just off the top of my head. It means it's a tie, so it's tie-break time. And this week, we'd like to sort out the truth of Sir Alex's claim about that 1,000,000-to-1 freak accident with our David Beckham coconut shy, OK? If you'd all like to make your way, this team, please, Gary's team, if you stand over here. There's a boot each. Can you pass those out?
Thank you.
OK, Jonathan's going to be first. Each player gets... You have to kick it. Each player gets 1 football boot. The rules are the same as a penalty shootout, so you have 3. That's fine. That's a good way to start. Oh! Rory. Sharon.
I overcompensated, yeah, right.
Dave. Dave's turn.
Come on, Dave.
Go on, Dave.
America.
Go on, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
And now, it's down to the professionals.
Go on, I'm sorry.
Sven, if you're watching,
Hey,
this could be your reason to pick, Graeme.
do it for the gays, Graeme.
Go on, Graeme.
Do it for the pink pounders.
Yes!
Yes!
Go on. The pressure's on. 48 goals for England.
Hang on, my laces are undone. Got one. Ready?
So, this week's winner is Sharron Davis.
Excellent. You must have made that
So, thanks to Sharon, Jonathan and Graeme, Gary, Rory and Dave, we're all off to refuse to apologise to anyone for anything. My name's Nick Hancock. I think it's all over. It is now.
Next tonight, Parky has Billy Connolly on for a change. And maybe that's something Al Murray could look at in his People's Poll this Sunday from 9. How we've changed over the last 50 years. Sunday, here and there at home.